Welcome back to the DrossCast podcast. I'm Akko, because that's how I do shit here.
Okay.
And to my right is Slay.
Slay all day. Okay. Dab.
Like the dab. Bob.
Hello.
Oh, I thought you were literally just going to wave at the
It's like
microphone.
It's an audio podcast.
Prolonged eye
contact.
I was thinking about it, just doing a wave.
And Kat.
I like the game Exploding Kittens.
Ha! What about in real life?
No.
Oh.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
You sadistic motherfucker.
Well, anyways, our topic tonight is board games.
And just board games?
That was gaming.
Kind of a little bit both. I don't know. I'm going with board games
It's
right
your
now.
night. It's your time to shine. You get to decide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I thought we'd start this off with childhood board games. What did you guys used to play as a
Candyland.
kid? What was your favorite game?
Ooh, I gotta think about that for a hot second.
I do not have to think about that. It's hands down Monopoly. I fucking owned Monopoly. I beat everyone at Monopoly.
Favorite kids
I had
game?
all the chance
Yep.
and
You
like
played
community
as a
chess
kid.
cards memorized.
Oh, Pictionary. Pictionary was my favorite board game as a kid.
You do like the draw, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Pictionary is
Yeah.
probably my favorite board game still, but nobody ever wants to play with me. So
Because I suck at drawing.
Same.
it's not about necessarily drawing. It's about communicating ideas. How well are you
Through
able
drawing.
to communicate said idea?
Through
drawing.
Not necessarily.
True.
When my mountain looks like
Drawing.
nipples, that's an issue.
What the fuck?
Okay. How
God.
about you, Bob? What's your favorite childhood board game?
I don't know. It was lame on the nose. It was just like Sorry or something.
Hey, I love Sorry. I still to this day, every time I see my dad, we have to have a Sorry tournament.
Nice.
That was, like,
True.
our thing.
Yeah, I like Sorry.
Because you could just be an asshole. Like, that's the whole premise of the game, is to be an asshole to everybody else.
Yeah. Sorry.
I only had
Blast them
Pokemon.
across
Sorry.
the board.
I remember
Ooh.
that. I remember that playing at your house.
Do we have
You
that
had
here?
every Pokemon themed board
Yeah,
game.
every board game I had was Pokemon themed.
For real. Like Monopoly. She had Pokemon Master Trainer. We invented our own
dude.
game,
Pokemon Poker?
Pokemon Poker.
Nice.
What?
Poker.
Did it have anything to do with poker?
Absolutely not.
Sure did not.
Was it just a game that me and Kat just went around the board and collected our favorite Pogs from the Pokemon Trainer?
Sure
Master,
did.
Master Trainer game? Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure that was the main point of that
No,
game.
but we did something.
But
We
did
added
something
something.
with, like, cards.
Yeah.
and we did something
Oh.
like it was totally not.
We also the same night got attacked by a giant bird on her deck. So.
We did.
What?
His name was
Giant
the
bird?
It.
The it.
It scarred us for life.
Like a vulture.
I don't know what
To
it
this
was.
day,
It
I
was-
still don't sleep on Slay's deck. So.
It was,
Why would you sleep on her deck?
Because that's where we were sleeping out on the deck in a tent.
Her parents set up a tent, but like not in the yard, on the deck.
So we were
Lord.
close. So we were close to the door. So if we needed to come in to use the bathroom, we didn't have to like walk through the yard.
But
Wet grass.
that'd be
Yeah.
Push it
so
in the morning.
Cause nature.
uncomfortable to be on wood instead of the.
Oh
nice
well, we
soft
had
ground.
air mattresses.
Well, I mean, it's probably
Oh, wow.
it's probably good you were on the deck though, because like her dad has the trail cam that he shines into the yard, and like there's a black bear that went through their yard before.
I
So
mean, this is like 20 years ago, so.
right.
black bears existed 20 years
They
ago.
existed,
still.
but like we can't say that black bear was like trolling around.
It was probably it's like.
But a
grandpa
giant
or
fucking bird
something.
was.
Yeah, the It.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Anyways, but
also your favorite board game.
my favorite board game, the one I played the most, was Pokemon Monopoly.
Shock.
Shock and awe.
Whoa!
Whoa, what is that? Exactly. But I do remember playing a lot of Pokemon Master Trainer.
Yeah.
That was always a great game.
Hashtag 90s kids.
Even though nobody ever played it correctly. I
Oh,
swear
no.
today,
I don't.
still nobody
No,
ever
you
plays
played it correctly until it got to the part where you were supposed to go like face trainers, and you're like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
I'm
you
here to
went
collect
the
pogs."
Indigo Plateau, and then you're just like, but I didn't get my Charizard, and then you just for the rest of the game
You just
trying to get
kept
your damn
fucking around.
You
Charizard.
purposely try and get the thing to go back,
Yep.
so
Yeah.
you can go back.
Yeah.
Fuck winning this game. I'm going for my
Right.
Charizard.
I just want all my Pokemon. I don't
I
give
mean,
a shit about
to
winning.
be fair, the premise of Pokemon is to catch them all. That is a very misleading game where it says, "Don't catch them all, go do this other thing." I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
it's really their fault.
that's just
No
bad
thanks.
marketing. So.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would love to have a new version of that.
So did I work with you? I know. So my sister and I played Mall Madness all the fucking time. I don't know if I ever played that game with you because it was her game technically, not mine.
Sounds familiar. I'm
But
sure
like you
we
literally
played it.
take a little figure. There's like a mall set up and you would walk around the mall to like go catch all the sales while they're on sale, and you had like fake credit cards you would just swipe at a machine and then it would like deduct your money. And all you did was shop. I don't even remember how you win. I think you just like shop the most and you win. Like that explains why I'm a shopaholic today. They started.
I was gonna say that's horrible.
It
Like,
was
that's
so fun.
Setting you up for failure.
Swipe.
Like Dream,
Swipe.
okay, like all those like
Yeah.
girly games back in the day,
Yeah.
like Mall Madness, Dream Phone, like those games, like Mystery Date, like those were like top notch.
Well, I feel
back in the
that
day.
Dream
like
phone. What is
Dream Phone. Oh, Dale was the hottest on Dream Phone.
What?
Like popular opinion of the day. Dale is the guy. So what
The
you do
fuck is this
is you
game?
get called. There's like an actual fake phone, right?
Oh
you
my
get called,
God.
and it's like whatever voice comes on is like.
It
You
sounds
know,
like Mystic.
it's like a
Messenger.
date, but you get like there's like cards of different guys, and like everyone always wanted to get Dale because he
Was
was
there
the
a
hot
chip?
one. Is there I don't Chippendale.
Chippendale.
I don't remember any of the other names. I'm assuming there's probably like a Todd and some other random names.
Todd, I'm in. Let's play this tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's my childhood games.
But I feel like that's
Wow.
super shitty because like if you grow up and you don't learn anything else, you like see a thing like or go to the bank to set up your checking account and whatnot. There you go. Do you
Well,
want
yeah,
a
it's
credit card? You're like,
Well, it's super
shit, yes I
misogynistic
do.
because
And then you go
think
and you
about
spend
that
it
for
and
a
you're
second.
like, wait, I have to pay this money back? But this game I didn't. I just like
I
swiped
won
it
when
and
I-
gotcha.
The more I swiped, the more I won. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
But that
So-
was a game marketed to little girls. How
Yes.
misogynistic is that bullshit? Like, oh, just go
Welcome to
around-
the 90s.
Just
Yeah.
go around
It
and
was before
spend
PC
all the
times.
man's money because that's all you can do.
Exactly.
Like for real, the 90s was
money!
like not
I
like
still
was not
believe
like
that.
female gender roles were not like okay in the 90s. Everything that was like if you look at old
Um,
commercials.
Xena.
Exactly.
Hello.
That's why the studio wouldn't let them be a couple, because women don't do that with each other.
Wow.
But all those games.
I've seen a
were
lot
like
of movies
We
where I
didn't
can
really
say
play.
they do.
Whenever we were together, we never played like board games.
By movies,
We
I
played
mean
like
porn.
Polly Pockets
that. Or like live action, like
or
Mary
like-
Kate and Ashley.
Yeah, Mary Kate and Ashley Detectives or Office or
But did you
some
guys
other-
ever-
or Teacher.
Play with your parents? Anything? Did anybody here?
Sorry.
Yahtzee. My
Yahtzee.
parents are obsessed
They are
with
obsessed
dice
with
games.
Yahtzee.
They're
Really?
obsessed with just dice games in
Well,
general. They
look at us
love
now.
dice games. Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
We'll touch
like,
on that later.
oh my
Yeah.
god, I went over to their house and they played 5 games of Yahtzee. I was like, I mean, I'll play one, but I really don't care for Yahtzee all that much.
To
It's
be
like,
fair,
how do
your baby who's not even one yet got a Yahtzee.
Yeah,
so
he rolled the
True.
dice for my mom, and he rolled a Yahtzee, and I was like, I don't even know how
It's
that...
in his blood.
Yeah, I don't know
Yes.
how that works.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
pretty. It was actually really impressive. All 5s, but
That is impressive.
I don't because it's not a game of like it's 0 skill. Like it's all just luck,
Yeah.
and that's why it's like okay, well I'm just gonna sit here and roll these dice, and that's the end?
Yep.
Question mark? Because I can't really I can't make my roll better.
Same with
I just roll again.
So, hashtag D&D though?
Yeah.
That is role playing though. So when you play D&D, you can like do different things. Even though your roll is shitty, you can still manipulate the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Very true.
True.
Where Yahtzee, you can't manipulate that fucking miss 4 of a kind.
See, I grew up close to my cousins, and they were older than me, so I actually got introduced to a lot of card games.
Oh, those I love. I love card games.
Yeah, my family
So I
played
started
card
out
games.
with like normal card games, you know, learning like Solitaire,
Go
Kings in the Corner,
yeah.
King's Corner was my
Speed.
mom's favorite.
War.
Slapjack.
We played
War.
Slapjack.
Yeah.
War.
what was that? Trash?
Trash. Yeah.
I didn't
We
know that.
played
Resident
Trash
Evil.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, War was like always one of my favorite games. I think it's just because it was easy, like,
Right.
but I would play that all day. Like me and my grandma would literally sit and play that all day. And I think she probably got so annoyed, like, child, get away from me! I'm not playing War with you anymore. I was like, let's go!
I liked Old Maid too.
Oh yeah, I did have
Ooh.
Old Maid.
I didn't play that very much. I played a lot of Speed, which was a
Oh, I
fast
remember
1v1
Speed.
game.
I remember that
Getting
game.
numbers, trying to get
I mean,
rid of
obviously
your
like
hand as quick as
Goldfish and
possible.
stuff too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Goldfish. That's a classic.
But if I had to go with my
Slapjack.
parents, I remember playing a lot of charades and oh man, what was that game called?
You're really far from the microphone. Is it even picking you up?
Yep.
Okay.
But charades and
Describe it to us.
Mafia. There we go.
Would have
Oh,
never
yeah.
got that.
I
You've never got
I mean, I know what
that
that is. I never played with my family, but
It was later. It was in like end of elementary school when we started playing Mafia for like a year. Also with my cousins, because they're the ones who introduced us to it. That's like werewolves or Secret Hitler. It's like
It's like the thing, kind of, but like
kind of thing.
I got you.
So kind of
really
like that.
dumbed down.
Yeah, basically where you just get the king. The king is the mafia. The queen is the hospital.
The whole mafia? The king is
whole
the entire mafia.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
Well,
has got his work cut out for him.
And then like the Jack was the sheriff, and you basically had to try and find the mafia while the mafia person would just kill off everybody each round. Kill somebody off, and you had to try and figure out
Nothing
who it
brings
was.
family together like some good old-fashioned murder.
Exactly.
Do you guys ever play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Duh.
No.
Isn't
We
that
both
like
had
Where's
that game.
Waldo?
I've never even.
Well,
No.
it's like Where's Waldo's wife.
Yeah.
Also, okay, this is like a total Mandela effect, but I was looking at Where's Waldo books, or what I thought was Where's Waldo books, and they all say Where's Wally.
No.
I was like,
There's one
excuse
other-
you.
What?
Wait, what?
No.
There was a bunch of the guy is Waldo, right? Like dumb little hat, dumb little glasses. And the cover of there was like 6 of them, and they all said, "Where's Wally?" I was like, "Excuse you, it is
this one
Where's
I know
Waldo?"
for a fact. Like,
Where's
I
Waldo?
know.
That's
Yes.
some Mandela shit. I don't know if it's like this is just one I don't know, maybe
Like a-
one.
like a
Like the
new
generic brand. Where's Waldo?
well, I'm
Where's
wondering if it
Wally?
was like a set of books they like released and they just like gave him a nickname, and maybe there's still the other Where's Waldo ones out there. But I'm like, if I go and like hunt down some like Where's Waldo books from back in the day, and they fucking say Wally, we are in a parallel universe, and that is a fact if that happens.
No, yes, and I'm 100% sure. Because even just today, I was on like Facebook or something, and they posted a picture of a college football game, and there was a bunch of like Michigan State fans around, and it said "Where's Waldo" on there because there's a Michigan University fan standing in this giant sea of green, and he's
Right,
right
everyone
near me.
remembers it that way. And everyone
So
says
it's-
that,
it's
but on the
Where's
cover of
Waldo.
those traditional books, it said "Where's Wally."
That is
Oh,
100%
okay,
not
okay.
Are they
So,
different?
Where's Waldo and who's Wally? Is what they're asking. But where's Wally? It stems from in Britain, or in the UK.
Britain.
Not Britain. No, that's the same. Oh fuck, I don't know my geography anymore. Screw it. UK. They reference Waldo as Wally because it was originally Wally in the UK.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just catching on, and they're like just kind of changing the names to put a fresh.
Damn
look.
Europeans.
Well, I'm
it was
okay
originally
with that if
called
it's just
Wally
a different
there,
country's version.
And then it got turned into Waldo once
For
Waldo
America.
once it got really
Is it-
popular.
Is it because they
And
can't
now
like
they're
say
kinda like
Because America takes things from England and brings them to the United States and makes them better. That's how we're a country.
That's how I came to be.
Look at that. Me
Sure,
too,
sure.
actually. I have a little bit of British accent. I think it was only like a couple percent, but still there. Still
I have no
counts.
idea
Still
about me.
counts.
But oddly enough, like my family
So, that's
was huge into playing Trivial Pursuit. My dad always killed it, but
Fortunate.
I
That
think-
makes so much sense because you know so many
that's what I was gonna
Trivial
say.
Pursuit
That's
type
why I like
facts.
We had
trivia
Disney
so
trivia that we
much.
played, like my siblings and I. But
Yeah.
I sucked at trivia.
you still do.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
past tense.
I love it. I love knowing just weird things.
I do too, actually. But
I'm dumber than a box of rocks, so I hate those
Yeah.
types of games.
well, I think that the problem with Trivial Pursuit is a lot of it is so like it's dated. So like people our
Very
age,
much
it's
so.
like
So dated.
how the fuck am I supposed to know that?
Yeah, no.
But like when we play like Disney trivia, like that was getting lit because
What actor starred in this 1963 movie? What the fuck? There was a movie back then?
Back then. Oh my god.
oh my god, stop.
Well, that's pretty much how my brain works.
You
It's
know
like,
how I just gave
how
you
am I
a
gonna
high
know
five?
that?
I take that
Yeah.
back.
They
Well,
had
I know there was a
cameras
movie
then?
back there, but basically that's my whole point of like, I'm not gonna know that
Alright.
character.
No.
Anything
Who won the
past that.
the second place fencing? Was that the random fact that you know?
Yeah, I think that was in
2002?
2008?
2008?
2008. One of the silver in women's fencing was Mariel Zagunis.
How about
Like why?
What?
Why do you know that information? Who
Wow.
took silver? Do you know who took
So
gold?
what
Nope.
we're saying is this has to be
But no,
But
Stay
they were
tuned
both
for a
from
future
U.S. though. That's all I know. They were both from U.S. and I just like the name Mariel Zagunis, so that's why I remember that. But she took second. The other girl took
That's
first.
so weird.
Stay tuned for a future episode where we play Trivial Pursuit.
No, because that's just
Yeah.
gonna be an episode where like everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, Slay is." I'm actually concerned. I think she needs to go back to school.
Ew.
Unless
gonna
it's
be
multiple
like your-
choice, then I'll play, so then at least I can guess.
It's gonna be like your eye exam all over again. Oh my god, this is bad.
Yeah, this is really bad.
This is really bad. Oh my god. Okay, so let's we'll fast forward a couple years. What about middle high school? Anybody branch out?
It was not it was not
Into
cool to play
board
board
games?
No,
The
I
same
think
ones like
that's
Monopoly
where-
and stuff. Like
We always just got together with friends and mostly we just played video games at that point.
To be honest, I don't think in middle school, high school, I don't think I played a single board game ever.
I would have played the same ones like
ever.
Monopoly and Sorry like with my family, but I don't think.
Middle school got really big into regular board games, but like played like Monopoly almost every day. Got into Heroescape, which was like a terrain building miniature figures board game.
Well, I was end of elementary school, beginning of middle school, and through middle school. Probably the most I played was like Nintendo. Like I played my Game Boy Advance, and I played the DS. I got more into video games, I guess, around that time, and so I don't think I played a single board game. And then high school, I was just into sports, so
that was
that
pretty
consumed
sweet
most of my time.
actually. So when I graduated high school, for our class like prizes or like they all bought us stuff, and so we got this huge bin of all this random shit, and they ask you like what's the one big thing like you want for your gift, and like I didn't know too much about it because I wasn't huge into gaming at that point, but I had PlayStation and I asked for like Guitar Hero is what I wanted, so that's what I got.
Oh, nice.
And then I realized all my friends asked for the DS, and I was like, oh shit, I should have asked for that. I didn't know that was an option. So I got Guitar Hero, but they also did give us like $100 gift certificate to our mall.
Oh my
So
god.
I just went to Kmart and bought a DS.
You guys got a ton of
Yeah.
crap.
Kmart.
I got
Kmart.
you went to like a bowling alley that we slept over, so it was an all-nighter, and we could play poker to win like some like $10 Skull Candy earphones.
Cool.
And
Oh
like,
yeah, the all-night grad party
Yeah.
was so freaking dumb.
it was
Yeah, that's
so
where
dumb.
we got all that stuff.
Yeah.
We got a duffel bag.
There
Did we
was a
get anything in the
bounce
duffel bag,
house
or we just
and-
got those ugly ass red and black duffel
Ugh.
bags?
To be honest, that whole like night is a blur because I was just like, why am I here? Like
Yeah.
I did not want this. I was told I had to be here, and I don't want to.
Yeah, it was really dumb.
The only thing cool is that the magician hypnotizing people, which I still keep debating on whether or not it was real or not.
It was funny.
It was funny.
No matter.
I was so tired at that point. I didn't even care. I was like, is this
I'm
real?
sure it
Who
was
cares?
real. Like, to some people, I'm sure it really happened because, like, the people who went under and the way they were acting, I knew that, because I grew up with a small class, so I knew everyone personally. I knew that they wouldn't act like that, like, intentionally, like, as a joke even. So,
That's what the thing is. It's like, God, I couldn't tell.
yeah.
Same time,
I think
like,
that's
so
the
it's
kind of the
weird.
thing with our generation, though, is that a lot of us kind of started getting out of board games. Like,
oh yeah,
we
definitely.
all grew up with board games, but I don't think it was really a big thing because I feel like it was before like the really strategy games like took off, or at least the amount of them. I know there was Risk and stuff like that, but
Well, that's
Now
the thing
we're-
is.
and now
Old
we've
couples.
regressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we're
Yeah, now we're old
millennials, and that's
couples
the
and-
thing to do as a millennial is sit
Well,
around.
that's
and
like-
play
Now
board
nerd
games.
culture is like top notch. If you're a nerd, like you're in it to win it.
That was my whole point of setting this up, is to explain, like, you know, like, we really didn't do much. Like, the only reason I got into, like, more Monopoly in middle school and stuff was basically because my parents, they got the idea from a family friend of doing, you only get 1 hour a day to play video games. And literally would put a timer on the oven. And then after that, I had to do
Is that
something
carried
else.
over to your adult life?
No.
No.
Oh, God.
Kat, can you
We used
confirm?
I
Yeah.
dropped that.
We used to have that
easily.
too.
Oh,
as
it's
like a
the
younger
worst.
kid, but I didn't
never
mind because
understood that.
most of the time
My
I was
parents gave
outside
0
biking
fucks.
around with
Yeah,
friends.
same.
Anyway.
Well, I also was.
Well, it's just
I
like I
into
come
video
home from
games.
school and it's like, what is there to do?
No, I'm deaf doing that with Archer though, because I
Oh
mean,
no, I agree.
like, playing around-
Especially with how much
except
technology there is
I'm
now.
like so freaking sad about where like life is now, like where the world is at, because when we were younger, living in town, like going trick or treating was like amazing. Like the streets were full of kids, like
Oh,
everyone.
yeah.
I drive around like a city around here, like on Halloween, I fucking see nothing.
Oh yeah,
Because
it's like
like-
dead.
It's a community thing. So if you live in a housing development, bump in. If you don't, you don't go.
Yeah, and it's like, it's ridiculous.
Or like we would just like ride around on our bikes like around town. Like that was like
Right.
like I
We
feel like
just-
now I wouldn't trust that with my
Well,
kids.
honestly, it's like nobody dresses up their houses anymore. You got like the one in the neighborhood, and that is
excuse
it.
me. I deck my fucking house out.
Our freaking neighbors spray paint their windows.
Yeah, they do.
They do. I don't know why.
I
they do
scared
that. It's
our neighbor
ridiculous.
kid because my pumpkins were quote unquote too scary.
True.
Good.
They were
Oh.
actually.
Don't be a little bitch.
They were pretty scary.
True.
They were pretty scary.
So growing up, my family lived in North Minneapolis. Well, not growing up, for like the first 4 years of my life. So, and obviously that's a really big, area. And my parents decked out our house to the max, like to the point where they would dress up in costumes and they would like do the same motion over and over again, so like kids would think that they were just like a animatronic thing. And like if it was a little kid, they wouldn't do it because like they didn't want to like scare the crap out of them. But like the older kids, they would follow them up to the door after they would walk past them and like just be standing behind them and like still doing it, or they would like come out and just like jump at them. It would scare the shit out of like all the
Nice.
kids in the neighborhood.
That's
awesome.
amazing.
So like they got so into it, and then we moved,
That is
out
nice.
of town
I
a
would
bit
definitely do that.
to where I
Exactly,
really,
yes.
I guess, grew up, and it was not like we got no trick or treaters in our neighborhood. Like we got the kids that lived in the neighborhood, which was like I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 of us, and then there was nothing. So my
Yeah.
parents stopped doing that, which is such a bummer because I thought that was so cool.
I love Halloween.
Me too.
I really do. But I am kind of bummed about the whole the holiday for kids is not what it used to be. I feel like now Halloween is almost exclusively an adult holiday.
I don't agree with that, but I think it's just like you have to be.
The bars are what people go to. There's the zombie pub crawl. It's a lot more alcohol. It's a lot more.
I feel like
we're
we're
in a
just,
Halloween
we
party.
But
just
that
noticed
always
that.
happened.
Yeah.
That
Right, but I'm saying because the child aspect of actually kids going out trick or treating has diminished, and now everybody's scared to let their kids out of the house or to go anywhere or to do anything or to get candy from strangers or they're gonna get adopted.
There's gonna be
That
raisins in their
culture,
candy.
the
That's
kid
so
culture, I feel like has gotten pushed
Yeah.
aside, and therefore I feel like it's become
Well,
more
then
of an
I like
adult
the thing
holiday.
about like people talking. Sorry, this got away from board games.
That's
This is
fine.
my last thing I'll say. Just the thing about people like, oh, check your kid's candy because this candy was laced with heroin or something. It's like, no, it wasn't. It definitely was not. Like,
No.
people aren't wasting their good fucking drugs giving
On-
them out to kids.
Exactly. No.
Like, do you know how much that cost? No,
No.
they're not. So, I don't. It's just they just instilled way too much fear in like parents and stuff like that about
Yeah.
like candy and like people out there, predators and whatnot. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah, I remember used to be going by myself. Like I think I was like 10 at that point, but like literally just the entire neighborhood was by myself.
Yeah.
Parents would stay home.
We did.
No problem.
We would
Now you
go
can't
out
do
at
that.
like 6 p.m. and like not get back into the house until like after midnight or 1.
Oh yeah, now everything ends at like 9.
Yeah.
Literally everything ends at like 9. I'm like
Yeah.
not 10 or 11. Like, okay, yeah, it's a weekday or something, so maybe that's a little bit. But like on a weekend, 9.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're handing candy out till fucking midnight. If it's a
Yeah.
weekend, wake the fuck up! I'm egging you now, bitch.
Oh my god.
We should go
Uh,
TP someone's house this year
exactly.
for
I know these like this douchebag couple that lives nearby me. I could take you their house.
Yeah.
You know I'm talking about you guys, right?
Oh, okay. I was just like, wait a second.
I like how Bob got so excited. I was like, you know I'm talking about you,
Let's
right?
fucking do it. Let's
Yeah,
Is this the one right here?
Fucking douchebags.
You walk out, get to the street. Oh, these douchebags! Turn around.
Oh my god, they're right here. This is
Fuckers.
convenient. And then I'll run back in the house and I'll open up. I'll be
Hey,
like,
you
what the fuck are you
kids!
doing out
Get
there?
out of my yard!
Get out of my yard.
Damn
We're
kids.
so cool.
Wait a second. Run back out there. Fuck you.
All right.
24 or 5.
So
We'll get back to board
yeah,
games.
Anyway.
board games.
And just
Welcome to
other
the
gaming.
DrossCast. We do not stay on topic.
We'll include other games now because we're going towards video game stuff.
Yeah. So
And then we'll get back to our
are we?
awesome lives now.
I mean, Akko the Taco. This is your night. Are we talking video games? Or are we going exclusively board games?
We'll have to
talk
skip
a little bit.
many
of
years.
games.
Yeah, we're skipping ahead to like college if we want to keep talking about board games.
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay, let's go.
College, board games.
College board games?
So we all like board
None.
games now. I think it's pretty obvious. We probably have talked about it in a few different podcasts about just like getting together for game nights and things like that. But obviously not really the classic games anymore. We play more of the
Catan.
strategy games like Catan, Civilization,
The Thing.
Unfair. Basically, you go to Games by James and we own it. Like
Abyss. What's that?
Unfair?
What's that game that we are supposed to be playing every month, but we haven't?
Oh my god!
Pandemic.
Legacy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I
forgetting
forgot that even existed. My mind is blown right now.
We still need to play Shadows in the Forest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to play that one. Maybe if we have time tonight.
Yeah, sounds good. It's dark.
Hopefully I get work off.
That'd be cool.
And I
Be down
think
for that.
now it's like more. It's more of like a hangout thing to do. I don't know. I don't think it's like I don't really do like board games with my family anymore. Like I'm with my family. It's more like for friends.
Yeah.
My parents still play fucking Yahtzee.
But I mean, now we all got into our new addiction, though. I don't know if you can call it a board game. Technically, we have a board that we lay out like scenes and
tabletop.
scenarios
It's
and
a
all like
role-play
that.
game.
Role-play
game, I guess.
Spoiler alert! It's D&D.
It's D&D.
Oh my god, how could anybody have figured that
No
out?
way! What?
Roll a deception check.
Let's see if he's lying.
But I think before we jump right into D&D, because I know we can talk about that easily for an hour.
7.
You're straight up lying.
Oh god.
With the other board
Why
games,
the
I
fuck
think
you
like
lie?
it's been really cool because we've got like going to like conventions or just like group weekends. Like I know we've gone up to Zwack's cabin and stuff like that and gotten to play board games. I think that's like I think that's a fun thing to do where you don't because then it's not like you don't have to spend money to like go out and drink if like people are college students and don't have a lot of money or like you don't have to get shit faced to hang out. You can just it's like past the point of we always need to drink if we're together.
I feel like board games now have replaced the group sporting events. Like before, it used to be like, we'll watch football on this days. You get together, have a beer. Now instead, it's like
Have a beer.
and play a board
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Like
Or
honestly,
Malibu.
My favorite memory of coming to visit you guys up at college was that night that we stayed up.
Oh god, it's
Just-
Saboteur.
Yeah, and we played Saboteur and Santorini.
Yeah,
That
was
was
fun.
so much fun. I loved that night. That
Santorini.
was such a good game. Oh, that was such a good night. Yeah, I got the Velociraptor.
Slay playing board games that are competitive is pretty scary. Even like drinking games,
Like
which
Secret
I don't know
Hitler?
that's
oh god,
that's necessarily a board game. So we're not really talking about drinking games, but even like
I was
Those.
too at any mini. I was like too either hungover or still drunk. I don't know which one it was. For when you all were playing Secret Hitler, like I wanted to kill certain people.
that was we were because we
There.
had passed on the couch and they came
Yeah.
and we were still like
I think I still had like a bad headache and I just had that freaking like ADHD kid and his girlfriend. And I'm like,
no because it was the rum thieves
It
that
was
came
the rum
to
thieves.
disturb our slumber. It wasn't our I mean it
From
was
the
half
Annie
our
Mini
people.
podcast. Go back. We talk about them a lot.
And
The
are
fucking
we still
rum
bitter about
thieves.
it? Yes, we
Yes, still to this day.
Oh my God.
Forever.
We did play Catan with Zwack, me, you, and Zwack did.
We did.
Um,
And saying Backstreet
when everyone went to
Boys.
when everyone else went to the maid cafe because we thought they were cringy.
because we played Catan while
Yeah.
we were waiting for the maid cafe. So
Yeah.
was there two two Catans?
What? Why were you? Oh no,
No.
you guys were at the rave.
No,
yeah.
you guys went to a
yeah, because
different
we
location.
brought the
Yeah,
we
they-
brought the
yeah,
we
we
brought
brought
it back. We
Yeah.
brought it back after that.
Yeah, it was when they went to the rave.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were like dreading them coming back from the
Mhm.
rave because the rum thieves were with
Oh
them.
fuck.
Alright.
Yeah.
But
So,
but,
Catan.
but yeah, so I guess moral of the story. That's just one of those things that we
I
like.
don't know.
Even at like that's what I'm saying. Even like conventions and stuff, you can bring a board game and it's like one of those things where it's a good form of entertainment for like not everybody having to spend a bunch of money and do
Well,
stuff.
I mean, also at like the convention, they had that like one little room where people go and just get together and play board games too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
we could
it's-
get a table to
set
play
up
D&D
there.
there next year.
We can.
True.
That is
That's
possible.
how we learned about Pokemon D&D and how we started, or at least most of us
Yeah.
started D&D that way.
Yeah.
because I had never thought about like
We were like
about
not
playing
going
D&D.
to.
Like I was not interested.
You're not
like,
interested.
I was
Slay and
not
Akko
about
were
it.
ham, and we were just kind of like, that sounds really friggin' dumb.
And now, who asks
then-
every fucking week, when can we get together? When can we get together? for
Oh,
a
I
game?
love
When
it
we
now,
get
but I didn't know what it
together?"
was.
But I mean, like we started playing Pokemon.
Which, I mean, don't get
and
me wrong, I'm excited that you
We
guys
started
are
playing
excited.
Pokemon D&D, and even
We were
like
not
then,
doing it
I
correctly.
wasn't about it.
Yeah.
I still
The
I-
first couple
I didn't
times I did
feel
not like it.
anything about it because I made my character as a meme. Like
Yeah.
I'm not good with doing like the voices and stuff like that. So
Well, not
first,
to
I don't want to
mention-
like I don't know. I don't want to talk how I ever talk. It's just
You
not
don't like
fun, but
acting,
yeah.
but you
But
do
regular
like.
D&D,
Yeah.
like I had a lot more fun. I mean, it was not just the voice stuff, but like a lot of the stuff is boring, or it's just a lot of like
Because you
waiting for
actually
your
have
turn.
you actually have a story in regular D&D. We did it wrong, and we didn't do a story. We just
We were
did
just kind of
checkpoints.
playing Pokemon like Red and Blue on paper.
Yeah,
is what
basically.
it was.
Yeah.
So that it was hard to get into, and especially like because the battles were taking so long. In the first couple of battles, I got like one shot right away, and I was like, "Cool, well, you guys have fun playing D&D. I'm just gonna sit here on my phone
Well, I
for
just
the rest of the
fucking
night."
hated like the whole like okay, you're doing battles, and the whole everyone attacks. The trainers attack, the Pokemon attack, the trainers and the Pokemon, stuff like that. If you're like an unsanctioned or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like this is taking too fucking long. There's 20 people to go right now. Like
Yeah,
I
you're
can't
waiting.
wait.
You're waiting 18 turns before you get to go.
Yeah.
But-
2 turns.
I will say, as a positive, because you said, Bob, that you made yourself a meme, and I also made myself a meme. I think it's more fun to play a ridiculous character like that, like because in our other D&D, like normal D&D campaign, I like that storyline a lot better. It's a lot more like easy to get into the story, but like my character's more of just like a good normal person, like not anything funny. Whereas like Lucy in Pokemon D&D is a dick punching midget. So you really, I mean, come on, that's just hysterical.
True.
No, that's good.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, we just weren't playing it correct. We needed a real story, something that
probably why-
engages you while you're not playing,
Yeah.
and that's what regular D&D does. Is it engages you when you're not playing.
Yeah.
But speaking of games, I think now, I mean, you, Akko, just recently got a job at a board game shop.
I did.
So now you're like an expert. So
Somewhat. There are so many games.
So what
Well,
do
I mean, not
So
only that,
many
but
games.
you went to
Side
that
note.
gaming convention though.
Gen Con. Yeah.
Gen-
I did go to Gen Con and got to work as part of the demo team there and demo games and explain it to people for 7 hours a day, which was actually a lot of fun. I thought I would lose my voice and hate it.
So what
but
are
it
like
was
your
amazing.
customers? Like, what is the average? Like, is it more people like our age coming in, or is it actually a lot of like younger kids? Because I just don't know if like we just were too
Or
young for
senior
these types of
citizens.
games.
Oh my! So this is like kind of part of the whole point of this podcast is the fact of how much it has changed culturally in our society and how much accepting it is now.
Oh, well, yeah.
I had a range from 5-year-olds to senior citizens demoing games constantly. I didn't know who I'd run into.
I'm not even talking about Gen Con. I was more so talking about in the store, like just
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. I have parents come in and go, I have an 8-year-old. I don't really want to get them Monopoly. What's a good game for them? He's 8. He can play anything.
Is
Well, here's
8-year-olds
our
are pretty
8 and up
smart.
Games.
Yeah, these are 8 and up games, but honestly, he could play anything because kids are pretty smart at that
do you
age.
think like so
Yeah,
for
they
our
pick stuff up
generation?
quick.
Yeah,
For our generation, like the video games became like the thing to do.
yeah.
Is that like what's happening to like the generation after us now? Like, are they more into board games? Like, are board games taking over video
I don't
games?
know.
Like, not completely.
I don't think so.
Not completely, obviously. But I'm saying,
No.
like, is it more? You
It
know what I
might
mean?
be coming, like, getting, like, a comeback. Like, it might be getting more popularity because there are a lot of kids that come in like, I played D&D with my parents.
That's what I think it is. I think it's becoming board games are becoming more of a
Family thing.
like a family thing that brings
Yeah.
all the families together. But I think video
It's
games
not
are
traditional.
still what you play with friends.
Yeah.
So because
So
you
we're just
play
an
with
anomaly.
online- we play with online.
At least
But
until
we're
you get to
millennials, so
high
that's
school.
different.
Yeah.
Until you
The
get to high school.
generation-
High schooler kids, I get a bunch of kids because I'm, at a mall. And they come in and they're always talking about board games.
I think that's so fun because, I mean, granted, I wasn't really that big into video games either in high school. Like, I didn't do the Xbox, whatever. Like, my video games stopped at Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 1. Like, that's where video games for me stopped, like, screeching halt. So I guess I wasn't into either or. But I think that's kind of cool because I mean, if my kids were going to sit and do something, I would rather them do board games just because they're actually interacting with people. Whereas, like, video games, they could just be, like, locked in their room for hours and not ever socialize.
You're still socializing.
You can if you're online.
You can.
But that doesn't mean you do.
Yeah, it doesn't
Right.
mean.
I have not played a lot of video games recently. I mean, most of my stuff that I played got cut off after PlayStation 2, which is really on PlayStation 2. Mostly what I played was just like Devil May Cry and God of War, and some
Good
other
games.
random ones. But I got my PS3. That's mostly a Blu-ray player now.
It's a hardcore DVD player.
It definitely is. I mean, I tried playing games on there. I think I played Infamous for a while, and then I got to a part where I couldn't pass, and I was like, I'm a quitter. See ya.
I'm a quitter.
My first and only gaming console I got as a child, that was actually mine and wasn't, because I was the youngest, so my siblings usually got the consoles. Mine was the Wii, so I actually did get into Wii when it first came out, because I got one and that was like so cool because it was mine. Like the Nintendo 64 was my brother's, the PlayStation was my sister's, like they got the consoles and I got to play them, but like it was theirs. So I thought that was super cool, but I don't know, Wii games weren't like classic video games, really.
They were
I don't
not.
know. I thought,
Oh,
well,
shit.
not like classic video
Not
games,
like
but
classic.
I thought they were legit. Like
They were
I had
They
fun.
were super fun.
Fucking Wii bowling and Wii tennis was lit. Like,
Hell yeah.
tell me
I
otherwise,
played
fight
Wii
me.
golf all the time.
Oh, yes.
Wii golf and bowling.
I remember playing like the
Bowling.
Wii with your parents' sleigh at your house.
Yeah, we played the Wii all the time.
Yeah.
I did that and then jumped into Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Guitar
I
Hero.
tried playing Guitar Hero recently. I'm like, that's a hard note. Can't
That's
do
a
that
hard
anymore.
Oh my god,
I
my
went from like
sister.
rocking expert to like missing almost every note on medium. I'm like, I'm never playing this again.
So one of my most played PlayStation games that I actually owned. So my sister got a PlayStation 2, which I had a couple games of my own for, and one of the games was American Idol. I fucking loved the shit out of that game. I sung along to all songs. I am not a good singer, but you just get to follow the little bar thing. I thought that was so fun. I would sing the same songs over and over again because there's like 20 songs on there. It's not.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool. So then when my sister got like Rock Band in college, like it wasn't when she was still living with us, but when she was in college and I would go visit her, I would just like play the microphone part because like I could handle it. Like the drums were too hard for me. Like I can only do the guitar on like medium because I can only do it when like each of my fingers is on one color, but I can't move my hand up and down. But American Idol was pretty lit.
I can still do expert.
I did a DDR when I got the mat.
Oh
That was pretty legit.
I always played that at the movie
Did you get the
theater.
Super Mario one for the GameCube?
No,
Or
I
DDR?
didn't.
I got like a off-brand one that was kind of shitty because it was like
You're talking
It
to someone
was
who had to listen to Kids Bop.
right, like it was a total like it was like a pink mat, and so it had like a whole bunch of like girl songs on there and
Gross.
whatever.
I do remember that because I remember you'd have to like punch it to like make it go sometimes.
Right.
I just realized that I have to start playing the PS3 again. Because I just looked over at my games and I realized I have like 3 Batman games and Arkham Asylum was so fun.
That was a
And
great
I
game.
haven't played the other 2. So I gotta go back.
So I guess it's pretty obvious here that I am the most hardcore gamer
Yeah.
amongst us.
Far away.
By
Nerd alert,
far.
nerd alert.
Like me with Xena, but like video games and Akko.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I play all the games.
All of
I
the
spent
time.
almost $2,000 on video games in high school.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Man, what was it called?
I played Pokemon.
In one
that's
year.
my
That
that's my
game you bought at
exclusive.
Annie Mini for, I don't know why, just because it had cute animated
Well, that was
girls on
but
it.
that's a board game. He's talking about
Yeah.
video games.
Oh, no, I thought we were talking about all games.
Well, yeah. I mean,
The ad
that
is
too. But I think
yeah.
at this point,
Yeah.
board games he really only plays with us because he doesn't
True.
play them by himself.
No.
Oh, how sad.
You
just walk in and he's
H
like,
has played Arabian Nights by herself.
Though I
Oh.
do have a board game I
Yeah.
can play
Wait,
by
what?
myself.
H has played Arabian Nights by herself. If you're listening to this, H, I'm calling you out on your shit. But
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
played Arabian Nights by herself and just played multiple
She's
characters.
played so many times that she has some of the scenarios
Stories memorized. Yeah, because I would like read it when we were
My
playing.
God.
At, like our last like girls' game day we played that, and I would like start reading it. And she'd be like, "Oh, I get a destiny point," and I'm like, "Bitch, let me read my story. What you saying?" She's like, "Oh, I already know how this one ends." Like, that book is like 1,000 pages long or something ridiculous. Like,
Right.
So that's like
Reads it before
Xena, but
bed.
for her.
Yeah.
we all have
What
our
is,
Xenas.
yeah, what is
Yeah.
our Xenas?
We'll have our Xena.
Next time on the
Yeah.
DrossCast.
Speaking of Xena, though, I had a Xena PlayStation game, and
Not
of course,
surprised.
nobody's surprised. I played it all the time. Looking back, that was one of the worst video games in like ever. Like the graphics were so bad. They had the wrong voice because Lucy Lawless did not voice herself, which what the fuck. And then like all I can remember from that distinctly was A, learning how to throw the chakram because that was super fucking cool. But B, every city always had fucking catapults and fires, and the same line from the Xena character all the time is, "Catapults! I hate catapults!" And it didn't sound like Xena, it was whiny and annoying, and I fucking, every time she said that, I wanted to punch the screen. I was like, I can't stop the catapults, leave me alone. But that's like all she said. It was the worst. But I enjoyed it because it was
God.
Xena, and I'm me, so
Sure.
that's my...
Well, I have to give credit where credit is deserved. That would be Zwok for getting me back into board games.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how we found Arabian Nights. It's how we learned about Catan and Civilization.
Civilization is hands down my favorite board game. Most people don't like it, but I fucking
I
love
would.
the shit out of it.
Well, that's board games is exclusively the only reason we are. I mean, me and Bob are even friends with Swap.
Well,
Yeah.
Annie Mini.
Well, Annie Mini.
Well, no, we knew him from Annie Mini, but we didn't become friends until we all started playing games together.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. And you are currently the reigning Catan champ, and you have our Catan trophy right now, Slade.
I know he wanted to steal it
Yeah.
back.
And
Slapped at his hand.
it's actually hilarious because me and Zwack had a meme going for a while that like only me or Zwack would win like every time we played, and as soon as the trophy was made, we stopped winning because the first time, who got it the first time? Was it you? Akko got it the first night when you guys weren't there. Then you guys came the next day or like whatever, and then you guys and then
real.
Slay won, and I was like, what happened? Now that there's a trophy, I can't win anymore.
There's a trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
Slay stepped up her game. there's
Oh,
actually
there's something to win.
there's
There's
something
something
to
to
No,
win.
she got on the commodity train is what happened. She would never play the
Oh,
commodities.
true.
She was like, no, fuck those things. And then she realized that they were beneficial, and the one time she plays with them, she fucking wins.
Yeah.
I was like, and you were shitting on the commodities the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found a new light.
Yeah. So
I never win Catan.
I have to give
just,
credit.
Like, hang out in the back.
You just
Happy
like
to be here.
you just like to like mess up other people's plans.
Road. True.
Remember that time you slept on the couch because you messed up Slay's plans in the game of
Yeah,
Catan?
that was hilarious, but I did win that one.
You did.
You did.
Worth it.
Worth it.
100%.
But yeah,
So what is
so-
everyone's favorite board game right now? Like, we talked about our favorite as a kid, but like right now.
Favorite board game?
Yeah, not counting
I
D&D
mean,
as a board
mine's-
game.
Mine's a simple one. Like, I love playing Abyss. Like,
And it's a good one.
I don't play a lot of board games. I mean, I like that.
Like games that come in a box or
So
actual
you would
physical
really
board
like
games?
Draftosaurus, which might be the next game.
What were you gonna say?
Draftosaurus.
And I will tell you if it's
Deals with
categories.
dinosaurs.
Oh, categories I would
Nice.
count. Categories I would say is a board
Very
game.
easy.
Like I would say like a tabletop game. I'm just excluding D&D because that's like a whole thing of itself.
I really like categories. That's always fun. It's always
I
silly.
feel like you're never up
Except-
for playing that.
Categories?
Yeah. I thought there was times where we're like...
Well,
should
we
Well,
played
down
categories and you didn't
here,
want to.
down here when we were playing categories, that was a different.
She was
Well,
mad
no,
about
I,
it
I know
entirely.
about that. Yeah.
But I'm always down for playing categories. I also didn't like when we played with H because we got introduced to all these random
Oh my
rules that
God.
I've never heard before, and I
Oh
got
my
really
God.
mad.
And then she
Which are
asked me what
apparently the real
flaccid meant
rules.
or something, and that was just a
I don't
whole.
watch
That was
porn.
Anomia.
Oh yeah, that wasn't Omi. Same
Anomia.
day, so it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
Categories is a fun one, but I guess I already said mine is Civilization because I love the really intensive strategy games. I also like it better when I'm playing by myself and not like the whole team is like one team. But
I might change my answer. I'm
As-
thinking about it. We'll go on to other
as far as
people.
like group games, because I know most, me, Akko, Zwack, and Zwack's sister. I don't remember what she said her name was. on here.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
JC.
We'll play Civ, but aside from those four, most people. I know you guys don't really like it because it's too long.
Wait, what game?
Civilization.
Oh,
So, outside of that, like my favorite game to play together as a group is Catan. Like I think it's always a
yeah.
good
I
time.
love that.
Yeah.
I love that game
Yeah.
because it's just it's a solid go-to. We always have fun. It's always funny.
Yeah.
We always call the sheep something different. I swear every fucking time.
Well, there are always
Mike,
Steves.
Steve.
But what were we saying last time? What was it?
Mike.
Oh no, a brick. I was saying brick
Brick.
for brick, and then we started doing it for
Ship.
Ship.
It's a sheep.
It's a ship.
I
Wet.
swear
Wet.
every time we play, we call the card something else.
Every time.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, it's because I had one brick card for the longest time. That's all I had. I was
I have
like, you
one
need the
brick.
brick? You need brick? I have brick.
So, since I work at a store, usually when customers ask, because they'll ask a lot, what's your favorite one? Usually I will just say Catan because, obviously, it's a classic at this point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it really
Like,
is.
it's just a great game. It's a great starter game, especially if you don't know what they're,
And it
levels
has like
at.
so many expansions, and you can
Yeah.
like build off of it. It's a great game.
yeah.
And the map's different every time, so like
yeah,
the board is
that's
different
always,
every time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's never
You
I
can make
like
it
it.
different. You can do whatever you want. There's so much.
There's so many.
But
Yeah,
But you said
all
that's
the
what you tell them, but what's your
expansions, too.
honest opinion?
My honest opinion.
Wait, you lie to your customers?
We're dead. Wah, wah, wah. But
Do that all the time to.
so it's really tough for me because I love new games. I love learning new games. Nude.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
I read the manual in the nude every day.
That's what he wanks it to.
Do board game.
So
How to-
honestly, it changes so much.
Puts the manual down. God damn it.
So like I've only played once, and right now it is Root. And
What?
I've only played the game
Oh,
once.
Root. That-
Root?
Oh, that game that you brought over that we were going to play and then didn't.
Yeah.
Cool.
That and what was the? You spent $200 on Scythe and we still played
Yes.
it. We played it a little bit
You played a little bit.
$200?
Yeah.
because
It's
he
a
got like
huge
40 things. But
board.
he got the board game itself, and then he got like. You know, it comes with cardboard coins, but they have an option to buy metal coins of the
Oh,
same
duh.
coins.
Why
So we bought the
wouldn't
metal
you?
ones.
You
And he
can go
bought like
clink,
2 different
clink.
expansions. Like, he just bought a bunch of extra
Well,
stuff.
I
great.
mean, why wouldn't you?
Yes.
Exactly. Come on.
Well, that was sarcasm. Mine was honest.
Thank you,
Of
Bob.
course. But,
What's happening? Why are Aqua and Bob agreeing on something?
I don't know. It's
Oh,
weird.
Something's happened.
Is this the Mandela effect?
But I want to go back. Yeah, I think it is. I want to go back and say that I really do like playing The Thing.
Oh, the thing is,
That
fun.
would be
That's
my
a really
second.
fun game.
I like that for me. So I'm not a big drinker, but if I,
Drinker.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, God.
But if I'm going to drink and play any sort of games, like I do not like drinking and playing strategy games because then people like just don't really care and it's not fun unless everyone's actually trying.
Yeah.
So in that case, like games like The Thing or Secret Hitler or stuff like that, I think are fun when you're having some drinks.
Yeah.
Obviously, like the
Saboteur?
Cards Against Humanity and stuff like
Saboteur.
that, also too. But
Yeah.
also
Anything that's not mischief. That's not the word I'm looking for. Not lying.
Deception?
Deception games.
Yeah.
Those are great.
we
It's
played
just
them at
trying
my
to be
cabin with
deceptive.
my family
I
like
fucking rock
2 months
those.
ago.
Any
Yeah.
deception game, I'm in.
2 months ago, we played those at my cabin with my family. Got like super drunk with my siblings and my parents,
Nice.
and we had so much fun.
Yeah, but
Terrible.
yeah, deception games are great. The Thing.
How do we like
Secret
playing
Hitler.
deception games with Slay? We don't.
Not
Oh,
really.
it does.
Depends. There's sometimes that it's fine, and then there's sometimes you raptor. So it's really like
Yeah.
it kind of depends on the day.
And there's
If I'm getting screeched
there's
at-
no in between.
There's no-
There's not. Either she plays it like a normal human being, or she is a raptor. She will screech and lunge at you. So watch yourself. Even
Yeah.
if she is like 8 months pregnant, she will still do these things.
And she's on your team.
Yeah.
And you go, why? Why?
I love though when you're playing those deception games like Secret Hitler, and you tell everyone, "I'm Hitler." No one believes you, and you are Hitler.
Yeah, and I'm Hitler. That's
Like,
that's
you
the
tell
funny
them
part.
right out, like,
Yeah.
"I'm Hitler."
That's because you've done so much crazy stuff that we
Yeah.
don't believe you. Which
Exactly.
actually, honestly, is
Wild
great.
card.
Yeah.
Great. It worked out really good in your favor.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, those games are always super fun. I do love whenever there's a new deception game that comes out. So I think the Thing is discontinued. So
Really?
it's like a collector's item now, from what I heard from one person. I don't know if it's
Shit.
true or not. I have to research it. But yeah, nobody stocks them in shelves anymore.
I better check what it's going for on Amazon.
$500.
Oh my
So-
You
god.
guys better move in with us quick so we can have shared custody of our board game collection.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because we don't get shipments of it
Dude,
anymore.
you have thousands of dollars worth of board games.
We have so
easily.
much money in board
Easily.
games.
It's $181.
Holy!
Yeah,
I bought that game for
on
60.
Amazon. That is the lowest price.
I bought that for $60.
There's only one left in stock on
Damn.
Amazon.
Bitches,
Holy
apparently we're collectors
shit.
now, so.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a good impulse buy.
Yeah.
The
Just-
one time it paid off.
One
Yes.
time it paid off.
We seriously have at least 3 or 4 board games that we have not even played. Like
Yeah.
he buys them on a whim and then never learns to play them. Like it took us over a year to play Unfair. Like we had the
And
game for
that's
so
one of our that's one of our go-tos.
yeah, and I love
that's also
Unfair.
fun.
Yeah.
But it took us forever to actually play it because I hate learning new board games. Like with a passion. I will not read a manual. Somebody will show me how to play this game or I'm not going to play it.
And I need another person to play with me because I would love to learn them, but I learn better as doing it.
I have no
So if I have
problem-
somebody that can actually like take their turn instead of me doing both turns.
No, that's
It
where
just
you're
gets
wrong.
annoying.
I will play with you when you're learning. I will not sit there and have you explain it at me with no board, no game, nothing. You're just like talking about, oh, there's this one game, and there's a board, and then, on this board there's a circle, and then you move your piece toward, that's awful. Nobody wants to listen to that. And I'm like, stop talking at me, I have no idea what you're talking about. I cannot follow that.
That's awful.
It's so easy though. There's a circle, and you gotta move your piece to the circle. See?
No.
Whoa. Should be more.
Sure don't see. That's the problem. I don't see.
But I know. And we also haven't touched Mansions of Madness in forever.
Or Betrayal of House on the Hill. We've never played Seven Wonders. We have Seven Wonders.
Oh,
We've
yeah.
never played that. Elysium we've played a couple times, but stopped playing like right away.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because that's kind of like an Abyss Unfair where you build out a card, you build out
Yeah.
a pantheon, and you'd think that'd be right up my fucking alley, so I should be playing it every day, but I do not.
No. We should play Betrayal House on the Hill because now that we have more people, that one is really fun. Because honestly, we sold out today.
Oh,
Of
wow.
them.
Jeez.
So I don't know why it was just random. This game has been out forever.
Yeah.
All
We've
of a
had this
sudden,
game for
people-
like 5 years, and we sold out today, so we better start playing it. Like we're gonna lose our copy of it.
Yeah.
No, I was,
Get in my hat!
Someone's gonna steal
I
it.
just everybody was kept talking about all day at work. And I'm like, I need to play this game again. Oh my gosh! Like, did we do something wrong? Because like,
It's one of those
This is
games
like
that I think we
their
played one
rating.
time, and then like we never continued to play it.
Yeah.
Zombie 15, we played. We knew you've never played it all the way through.
I want to play it all the way through so bad.
Which I think would be fun with this group of Dross squatters because we're together enough where it would be easy to.
Yeah.
Because they take 15 minutes, so it would be easy enough for us to get through all the stories.
15-minute game, and it's basically like a mini campaign.
You have to like complete your task within the 15 minutes, otherwise you get eaten by zombies and you lose and you have to start over.
Ooh.
That sounds good.
Sweet.
But there's like a soundtrack and it actually like there's noises that come on. That means more zombies come out. And you put more zombies on the board.
And it's
I'm in.
it's turn-based, so we have to take our turns rapid because it's 15 minutes. It's real time 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
So I'm like, move, kill, all right,
Oh,
go.
that sounds really stressful.
It's
It
so
gets
stressful.
Yeah.
Especially when you get the warning buzzer, you are freaking
Like
out.
stress level Voxlid.
Yeah.
Oh, maximum stress level?
Yeah.
Was that stressful?
Voxlid.
I mean,
We went under a time crunch.
That is actually stressful. I was like about to equate this to the forest battle with all the spiders where we kept killing them
spoders.
and then more would like show up.
So our D&D campaign, we're stuck in a town called Voxlid, and we are all stuck in a jail, and we were basically about to die.
No, not all of
I
you.
was
Oh,
laying in a
yeah.
hole in the forest.
She was laying in a hole in the forest, which only covered half her body, so she wasn't really in a
I
good
rolled a
She-
5K.
And she sat up as there was a guard staring
Well,
right at her.
I heard footprints.
Hello.
I didn't know if he was coming towards me or away from me. Is the thing.
Yeah. And this is all my fault. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. I killed that guard,
Yeah.
so I'm safe at the stables for now.
I escaped all the guards
In
and then I
both
walked
campaigns,
right back into
you
them.
are the worst person.
Whoa.
In both campaigns. You're the one that gets into the most trouble in both campaigns.
Yes. It's fine.
But okay, in Pokemon D&D, it's intentional. We intentionally go and like rob houses and like
Yeah.
do shit just to
Yeah.
be memes because that's our
Yeah.
job. We're there for
It's
entertainment. We're not there to do
Okay,
things.
so
well.
then the other campaign?
I can't speak for him in the other campaign because we're not a meme team.
Well, my character likes to fight. I mean, that part I had to run a lot because I was getting crossbow shot at me.
Yeah.
So I ran, but I got
Remember
away,
when you
which was
escaped
fun.
from like all the guards and then the next morning you went out and just faced the same guards?
Alright, here
Walked
we go.
right up to him.
Walked
Doo-doo-doo.
right up to the guards he was just
Here we
running
go.
from.
Put my hands out to be arrested. And now we're breaking out of prison and we got to have a lot of sweet fights.
True.
I mean,
It was a lot of fun.
But Prim is missing.
Prim is missing.
Not our pixie, no.
I'm like right when we walk out of City Hall, I'm gonna be like, Prim, Prim.
And
I'm
you're
just
gonna alert
do
all
that.
the guards, and we're gonna be right back in the same situation.
We're gonna go back towards the stable and I'm just gonna be like, Prim, Prim.
if we level up while we're still in Voxlid by some miracle of God, if I can learn a cantrip, I feel like I should just learn Thaumaturgy and just fucking start doing it until she finds me.
Yeah.
There we go.
That won't draw any attention to us whatsoever, though.
Totally, our listeners know what we were talking about.
Yeah,
Definitely.
our listeners are like, what the fuck is this right now?
Prim is my
But
future
let's be
wife
real, our
in the-
listeners are maybe
in
5
the
So-
campaign, yeah.
To tie this all back together, since we were just talking about D&D, did you guys honestly think you'd ever play D&D?
Nope.
Yes, because I knew I'd like it, but I had A, nobody to play with, and B, I was honestly scared it'd consume my life, and ta-da! This is all we do now, is
I
play
think
D&D.
Bob and I were super
So
scared.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
we were when
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
was
very
first time
much
on
so.
Pokemon D&D, we were not in, but then everyone was gonna do it. And we're like, well, what are we gonna do? Just sit here and watch? Like that's that's no fun. We want to participate.
Even though that's what you did, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck
True.
off.
But no, it's a lot
Yeah.
of fun. The thing I'm surprised about is when I had my brother here and he jumped in.
Well, see,
he-
that's
like,
You
it
went
was
bought
such
2
a-
sets of dice that day.
It was
Yeah.
such a boring part that he was here for because we just got to box
Whoa.
and we're
Whoa.
no. I mean, out of all that we do, it's
there wasn't
just-
any battle scenes
No,
until like the
It was
very
scene building.
end.
It was a
Very
scene
end.
building.
Yeah.
It was just a scene building thing, and he was just there for it. So we're just exploring, rolling. What do you see? This and that. And I'm like, man, I'm sorry you stepped in on this one. And he's like, no, I love this. And we went to your work, and we got some
Well,
new
he
dice.
did join a cult, so that was pretty
True.
cool.
Yeah.
And he bought 2 sets of dice, a metal set, and
A
then
freaking
just a regular
metal
Yeah,
set.
dropped like
You know what's
over $50.
Oh yeah.
You know
Oh
what I
my
think is
God.
funny? We've been
Dice.
kind of talking about nerd culture and things like that. I think it's hilarious because in high school, I feel like me and Slay is a group of friends. At least I can't speak for you guys. I feel like we would judge people that would like sit at home and play like D&D or Magic the Gathering, Akko.
Oh, that's how my brother is
And
too.
like we were like
Yeah.
not into that at all. And I think it's so funny now because once we started playing, which granted, Slay got into it right away. I was still a hard sell, but I eventually got on board. But like the one time H asked us to hang out, and we were already playing. I'm like, well, we're gonna be playing D&D if you like want to come check it out. And she was like, in right away. She was so excited. Then like I texted S and was like, do you want to do like a D&D day with us on Sunday? Like, do you want to come check it out? And she instantly was like, yes, I want to. And it's so funny because I think all of us
Yeah.
will like are like really like it, but we were all like we were the judgy people, and now we're like
Think
the
about
ones
that. So in high school, that's like dog eat dog world. You don't want to be seen as their own. Who fucking cares now? Like I
That's
don't
true.
care. Like I have
That's
way
very
bigger
true.
things to be concerned about.
Well,
in my
that's
life.
what I was wondering too, because like we're adults now, and Slay
Yeah.
for the longest time would not want anything outside of the house to know that she watches anime. Like she didn't want anyone to know. So like she got T-shirts and stuff like that she would not wear, but then she started like breaking out and wearing like the Ponyo shirts and stuff like that, and people are complimenting her on the shirts, and now I think she's finally fully embraced, and she goes out there and I mean she'll probably
I love
Naruto run at work. I don't know.
Actually though, that is one thing I will say is like nerd
Yay.
or weeb cultures that like hang, like we are so supportive of one another. Like if you see a fellow nerd out there,
yeah,
because
Oh,
like
yeah.
anytime I've worn a Pokemon shirt, I get at least 5 compliments. If I wear a normal ass shirt, nobody will even look in my direction.
No.
Like
No.
it's so funny because like those things like bring people together.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Well, it's so weird too because I'll just wear random like anime shirt, and someone will like ask me, "Oh, what's that from? What's that from?" And like, it's a My Hero shirt, not this, but
Yeah.
like if I'm wearing a My Hero shirt, and they like ask what it is, but it's just like I don't know what it is about anime, but it just gets people looking. Because if you actually watch anime, you know what the fuck My Hero is.
Yeah.
Like you know
Right.
exactly
You know
what
exactly
it is.
what it is.
So it's I don't know what it is about it, but people get interested when they see it. So
I know, it's crazy.
get a lot of compliments on shirts.
So fellow weebs and nerds out there, like we
What's
support
up?
you. Be our friends.
Yeah.
Unless you have trash taste. Just
Yeah, if Tokyo Ghoul is your favorite show, then fuck off.
Rude.
To be fair, I'm not a big anime fan, so I guess
Sorry.
I can't.
But
speak.
honestly-
But you love your D&D.
I'm targeting
do
a
like
certain
D&D.
person
Like-
who I don't know, but Slay knows.
Oh, okay.
And
It
she
was like
told me
some
that's
random
his-
Linda in the world
his
is gonna be really
favorite.
mad.
Yeah, some random. It's a dude.
Yeah.
I'll just say
It's a
that.
dude.
But it did, it has changed though. Like,
Okay.
so many high schoolers now, like they talk about it normally.
Yeah.
It's not like how it was like we were
Right.
at all.
Like Hot Topic was like a place for like the weird scene kids to go in high school, but now like I'll shop at Hot Topic. Like they
Yeah.
got some Disney princess
Like
shit.
I
They got
never
Pokemon
would have
shit.
thought I'd walk into a Hot Topic, but I walk by and I
As
see
an
all the
adult.
anime shirts. I'm like, ooh.
Ooh.
Which ones do they
Like,
got
do, you,
now?
do you know we're having a sale for and you can get some hot cash? I'm like, ooh, hot cash. Tell me
Hot
more.
cash.
Because
Oh
I
my
actually
God.
have a lot of high school kids come in and buy D&D minifigures.
Yeah.
I'm not
Like,
surprised.
it's crazily popular that it's, like, I see, like, people wearing, like, basically, like, their team's, like, leather jacket. Like, they look like the preps, the jocks.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
buying D&D, like,
Sick.
the
Oh, nice.
freaking
That'd be
master book, DM book.
That's awesome.
Speaking of which,
And I'm like,
Nice.
do
what?
you have the player manual on you by chance?
Sure
Not
doesn't.
on me.
I gotta
Is
look
it
up
in
something.
you?
Is it in you?
I will.
Takes
bring
the
it.
way you
That's
said that was
mine,
like it was
so
not- it's
I would like
not.
to have
I'll
that
bring
in good
it.
condition. No, I just need to look something up. But anyways, continue.
Wait. But yeah, so it's just, because honestly, me and my coworker were literally talking about this pretty much all day today, because we're like how crazy society has basically become with nerd
It's
geek
also-
culture. Like it's so acceptable.
Yeah.
Can we
So
talk about how
acceptable.
addicting it is to buy fucking dice?
Oh my god.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes.
Like, okay, I
Like,
Okay,
honestly,
actually, I was about to say, I do not have an addictive personality, but then I rethought that statement, and yes, I do. I get into things a little too much. But.
True. Xena and dice.
Just fucking
Just
dice.
two random things.
Like, I remember when Akko was like, oh, you need to get a set of dice. I was like, why can't I just use one of yours? Like, I don't need a set. And he's like, you need a set.
Oh,
and
God.
then I bought a set of dice. I now have, like,
I can attest to
6 sets of dice now.
Yeah.
We've been playing for, like, 2 months. I have 6 sets
Right,
of dice.
right. We've been playing for like 2 months, and
Yeah.
I have 4 sets.
Well, this is so, like, I sent Kat a picture of these new dice that are like, what is it, like purple and blue or something?
Yeah, they're
like
beautiful.
very like gemstone, like quartz or whatever.
I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
made out of quartz, which is
And
why they're so
I
expensive.
mean, these were made on, like, someone made them and put them on Etsy, but they're like $60, which are the cheaper ones of the quartz that I've seen. Most of them are like $80-$90.
Damn.
But like, I'm to the point now where I'm like, I think I might ask for this for Christmas.
$60 dice.
At this
$60
point, it's
dice,
like, it's
yeah.
an investment, because you know you're going to get use out of them.
Yeah.
But what if they're cursed?
Granted-
Then you just spent $60 on dice you're never going to
I'm
use.
like, well,
To be
And
fair,
you'll
go right up on the shelf to look
my 6 sets of dice combined are still, like, way cheaper than, like, Akko's, like, 2 main sets, because he buys, like, the $55 sets.
good. Like
I
the
have
metal
one-
dice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
buy
I have
dice.
one set of
I got
metal dice that I
all
got
the
on
metal dice.
Amazon for
Do you have
$23.
3 sets?
I
Three sets
have
of metal.
3 sets of metal dice.
Jeez.
Glow in the dark, blue forge, and spellweaver.
I bought
Damn. Yeah, I
one
memorized
like
all those
goldish
names.
set. Never use it. I mean, last session that we did, for Pokemon, like that one, my gold D20 was the one that was rolling the highest that night, so I used that
Yeah,
one.
because you need options, because you do need
Yeah.
to put dice in dice jail sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like, that is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're just not rolling well for you. You just keep rolling
It's
like
like-
the same one over, and
it's
you're
such
like
an impulse
7,
thing.
5, 3, 9, 1, and it's like, okay, take the gold. 18. I'm like, I'm going with you.
It's just such a
New
weird
one.
thing, because, like, they're only, like, $10 for, like, a set of the plastic dice. So you could be,
Yeah.
like, at the mall, and you just, like, you know, oh, there's a game store, we should check it out, and, like, you see the dice, and it's never, like, a big deal to spend $10. Like, I'll spend
No.
$10 on a freaking lip gloss. Like,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
so it's, like, it's something I'm going to use over and over again, and I'm like, it's not a big deal. But at the same time, I'm looking at my dice tray, and I'm like, I have no use for 6 sets of dice at one time, ever. But I have options.
Well, in this in our campaign, as you level up, like in actual D&D, you level up pretty relatively quickly.
That's true, but
And
you
so
can always
you'll need
re-roll a
rolling.
dice more than once.
Right, you can. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
there will be eventual opportunities.
See how the gold is rolling today. 17.
Not bad, not bad.
Not bad.
Take that any
Do you
day.
only have 3 pairs?
No, I have 4. You're missing the purple.
Yeah.
Just empty it
Duh.
out.
This one.
Oh,
Oh yeah, there it is.
There you go. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I just
I
thought.
need more.
I need more.
Yeah, you only have 4 sets. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I don't
embarrassing.
have like the 13.
I only have 4 sets.
And it's so funny because, like, the figurines I don't really care about. Like, I know we've gotten them, we use them, but I'm like, I'll use anything as a figurine. Like, that doesn't... It's not the same thing to me, but, like, a new set of dice is, like, oh, so exciting.
Yeah. The first roll of the D20.
And
I
it's like,
might-
oh my god, that...
It's like high anxiety though. You're like, please
Yeah.
don't be a 1. Please don't be a
It's
1.
like when you take, like, a...
A dump.
Well, no, I was gonna say like a test. Like, it's like I was thinking when I took, like, my
Take it
Series
down.
7, like, federal license exam, and, like, it's that like, 30 seconds where the wheel's spinning after you hit submit and you wait to see if you passed or not. That's how I feel when I roll a new D20. Like, does it suck or does it not suck? Like, this is the moment of truth.
God.
I always get really nervous whenever I have to like make a save, like
A
do a
saving
saving
throw?
throw, and I'm just like, oh dear God, and please answer my prayers.
Praise has job.
Well, currently in our
Shut up,
like
Dick.
our current campaign right now, it's just sucky because I challenged the DM too much and she gave me 2 points of exhaustion. So now we're nowhere near having a long rest of any kind.
No,
so I have to keep
no.
battling and
You know
throwing
what's
at
hilarious?
disadvantage.
Is that who
Uh.
you wouldn't have thought 6 months ago that getting too exhausted from your wife would be a bad thing.
I know, right? Yeah, usually it's good. You're like, oh yeah, I feel really good. Now I'm like, fuck. Like, this sucks.
So if our Pokemon D&D campaign, Swack is our DM.
Yep.
However, last session, I jumped in and I DM'd. And then in our side campaign, that is just the 4 of us, I'm the DM.
Yep.
And then we are playing a one-shot tomorrow, actually. And Akko is going to try DMing for the first time.
Yes. I
And
get
he's
to try.
gonna kill us all.
Yeah. Yep. No. Yeah. I get to try and DM with 8 people for my first time ever.
Yeah.
But it's a one shot, so it's not as like much of a through like storyline that you need.
Like, you don't have to have this
Yeah.
long arcing narrative
No.
and a plot progression and character
Like, here's the thing.
development.
But the question is, I can't just stop this whenever and be like, all right, we got this far, we can be done.
That's
You
true.
know?
Well,
Sure.
nobody works Monday, so
No,
we-
it's
you know,
fine, but it's just like
whatever.
I don't know how to pace it because
Yeah.
according to the books, it's paced by 4 people.
It'll be
on
fun.
average.
I'm not.
So
I'm
it's
not
like-
worried about it. We'll just take breaks and go
I mean,
eat
here's-
something, come
Here's
back.
what you do. Like, if it's going too long or something, people are like out of it. Just drop whatever giant monster you have, like right in the middle.
Or just like make the,
Like,
the
any attacks.
increase like monster HP if we're like.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, well, that's what I'm just saying. Is like, this is my
That's
first
cool.
time DMing, so to do all this while doing normal stuff
Yeah.
is going
Well,
to be honestly a challenge for me.
I think it's funny. Like I'm
But I
laughing
feel
at
like it'll be
myself
good.
because this. Okay, so my birthday's in a couple of days, and what does Kat want to do for her 26th birthday? Does she want to go to the bars and go out dancing? Does she want to go out for a weekend with her friends? No, she does not. She wants to play D&D and then the next day have a nug party where we watch Xena and eat chicken nuggets all day.
Hell yeah.
Am I 26 or am I 12? You tell me. That's my birthday plans. Like that. Like that's what I want to do for my birthday. That's why I think it's so funny
Dude,
because
maybe that's what I should do for my birthday. Just a day-long campaign.
There
do
you go.
it. Like all of our birthdays, we can do a
Sick.
different day-long campaign.
I'm
A
down.
one-shot for everybody's birthday.
Everyone's taking a one shot
Oh, yeah.
instead of taking shots.
I
There you
have
go.
many one shots in my mind. Just saying.
Yeah.
I did talk to Zwak, and I think for my next one shot I come up with, I want to do a murder mystery.
I get no. You need to
Could you
fuck
imagine
yourself
a
right off.
D&D
That
murder
was not his
mystery?
idea. That was my idea because
What's
you
that?
you asked me. We were walking to my car to drive to this house that we are currently sitting in,
Yeah.
and we were walking. And you're like, I don't know how to make it so that you're all in the dungeon together. Like, why are you all going to jail? And I said, well, why don't you make it where like somebody was killed, the police got there, didn't know who killed it, so everyone that was in that
Oh,
bar
yeah.
got taken to the jail, and then we had to figure out amongst ourselves who was the killer. I took that from a Xena episode. You got it from me.
Oh, okay.
Like that is 100% my idea. So you're welcome.
Well,
I
thank
will not
you.
DM it though because that's too much
I
stress
don't know.
for me.
I think it'd be really fun.
I don't. The only thing I would ever DM is if I was able to figure out what the Xena campaign is, because there is one out there in the world, and I need to find it and discover it.
God.
But my problem is if I'm the DM, I can't play Xena, and then I'm
Sure.
sad.
Would
So-
you ever DM?
Nope.
No.
I just don't think I'd have the
I feel like a
patience
murder
for the
mystery would be
storyline.
really interesting because it'd be more about puzzles and riddles than actual fighting. It'd be more.
And it would be fun to like, basically we'd be battling amongst ourselves
Yeah.
to figure it out, like
Yeah.
who's the killer.
It would be
Well,
cool.
I think you did a great
I
job
just-
at DM though too, because also, like, I would have not have
Wait,
thought
what
of
are you
this. I
talking
would-
about?
Slay.
Oh. And
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
it
he
was-
hasn't DM'd
I'm
yet.
like,
You
I haven't
looked
done
at me,
it
you were
yet.
looking at him.
No.
I was like, what?
No, you suck.
Oh, yes. Woo!
No, just because I wouldn't have thought of this if doing it, because I was trying to think of how you could do it, like play a character and DM. I was like, that wouldn't work. But then you came up with Prim, who you control, and you do that. Well, you don't control, you roll for her and you do stuff with her.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
Kat is the one who kind of controls her because it's
She's like my sidekick,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
her little.
It works out really well as that's a
Yeah.
good way to
So-
play a character as a DM.
Exactly.
Honestly.
And I mean, you.
I mean,
kind of
it's a
brought in
very
other
minor role. She
characters,
really
like-
hasn't.
It's very minor, but still at least you get to technically
Right.
play.
I mean, I still rolled for her,
Yeah.
and she still has a personality, and that's kind of fun.
And then
Yeah.
you got to bring in new characters like Stassi and Stas
Zaz.
or Zaz, whatever.
Staz and stuff.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Frank is the best. Why are
Yeah,
we even
Frank.
debating this?
Frank is good.
Like that's Frank is my homie.
But, like, I'm loving.
I never
these
met Frank.
two
Yeah,
siblings.
My
you got-
character
you
was
were in
never was
bed.
not there, but
But
listening to Frank was pretty fun.
I'm loving these siblings though, just because we had zero hope of getting out of this jail.
Yep.
I was in solitary.
The only amount of
confinement.
hope I ever want to have is 0.
Oh god, exactly.
We were literally just gonna like kill ourselves.
Although
At 20.
I was getting some Lannister vibes from them at first.
Oh
Stas
yeah,
and
that's
Staz.
fine.
I thought I was like, are they a couple or are they siblings?
Yeah.
My brother and sister.
It's not for me to judge.
Oh, are they both?
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Go
Thus
for
the
it.
Lannister vibes.
To
Yeah.
each their own.
But anyways, we're past time, so
When are we not?
exactly.
Exactly.
But I say this
Have
was pretty
fucking
good.
fun.
We talked about.
Are you
childhood.
rating our podcast?
We
right
learned
after?
about.
This is pretty. This is a.
It's pretty good.
This was a
It's pretty
6 out of
good,
10.
You know, it's pretty good. But I don't know.
A 6 out of 10. That's high. I give most of our podcasts a podcast like a 4.
We'll see how
He
good
said
it
pretty
is. It was a 4.
That,
Ooh.
whoa,
He
I
rolled
just
it.
said that.
Oh,
Well,
God.
after that, that's where we
Dice
end it.
jail.
This podcast is now in dice jail. All right.
All right.
See
See
ya.
ya.
Bye.
Adios.